go now.
Hello and welcome to my channel Wrestling Latest. 2020 is going to end now, so today we are going to talk about the 5 good things that happened in 2020 in WWE. Number 5, Drew McIntyre as WWE Champion. More on his road to the main event of WrestleMania in a bit, but Drew McIntyre has been a great WWE Champion so far. Following his victory over Brock Lesnar at the Shows of Shows, McIntyre held the WWE Raw together for a few months when shows were taking place in an empty performance center. The Scottish Warrior had an extremely consistent 2020 on pay-per-view, defending his title in some brilliant matches against the likes of Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. Then come his feud with Randy Orton. The two told a fascinating story that went on for nearly 4 months. Despite its long duration, McIntyre and Orton did some stellar work and drove up the intensity of the issue at the right times. Their SummerSlam match was solid, followed by a wild ambulance match at Clash of Champions. The Viper defeated Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. But that wasn't the end of the feud. McIntyre won back the WWE Championship on WWE Raw before Survivor Series, ending his feud with Randy Orton on top. He most recently defended the title against AJ Styles and The Miz, who cashes in his Money in the Bank in an excellent TLC match. Drew McIntyre had an excellent 2020 from start to finish, retaining his goodwill among the WWE fans. The WWE Champion looks set to continue his momentum in 2021, where a host of free opponents could be waiting for him. Number 4, Bayley and Sasha Banks dominate WWE in the summer. At the slightly dreary post-WrestleMania season for WWE turned into the summer, Bayley and Sasha Banks turned up the heat. They defeated Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross to become the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, which enabled them to float around SmackDown, Raw, and even NXT. Banks and Bayley, who was the SmackDown Women's Champion, ran the show across the 3 brands. They had tremendous matches against the likes of Shotzi Blackheart, Io Shirai, Nikki Cross, and Asuka, who lost the Raw Women's Championships to Sasha Banks. For a few weeks, the Gold Role Models were both double champions in WWE and held all the possible women's titles on Raw and SmackDown. Eventually, the Legit Boss lost her title to Asuka before she and Bayley lost the tag team titles to Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. Their period of dominance was great and laid down the perfect marker for the eventual feud, which peaked inside Hell in a Cell. WWE may have rushed the final portion of the storyline, but it was still well told and the matches were phenomenal. Sasha Banks and Bayley truly had outstanding years. Number 3, the Men's Royal Rumble match. Possibly the greatest ending WWE match in all of 2020, the 30-man Royal Rumble match was booked so perfection. It was a match of 2 halves with the history of both being fantastic. WWE Champion Brock Lesnar entered at number 1 and dominated the Royal Rumble as nobody had ever done so. The Beast eliminated 13 superstars one after the another and had some fascinating confrontation with the likes of Kofi Kingston, Shelton Benjamin, and especially Keith Lee. Lesnar finally made his match when Drew McIntyre clamoured him out of the ring to a thunderous pop, something that lives distant in the memory these days. What a moment that was! I still remember. The next moment was even more special as Edge made a shocking return to the ring at number 21. He looked phenomenal and lasted until the final 3 after reuniting with Randy Orton, foreshadowing his storied rivalry with the Viper that began the very next night. His next return, possibly at Royal Rumble 2021, has a top act to follow. Seth Rollins entering at number 30 with Murphy and AEW by his side was a great side story as WWE advanced his issue with Kevin Owens and Samoa. However, the night belongs to Drew McIntyre, who eliminated Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble match. One of the reasons, aside from the enthralling action and memorable storytelling, that this match is so beloved by the WWE fans in the excellent crowd. Some of the pops were excellent as serve as a reminder of the good times in the 2020 before the world stopped. McIntyre may not have had his big story pop at WrestleMania, but he will always have Royal Rumble 2020. It was truly a special match that was made all the more special as one of the only big WWE matches in 2020 to take place in front of a live audience in fans. Number 2, WWE goes cinematic for WrestleMania 36. The COVID-19 pandemic started to have a real effect on the planet in March, with every public happening being scrapped from that point forward. Much to WWE's misfortune, their next pay-per-view was WrestleMania. They so had to go on but could not in its intended from at Raymond James Stadium. WWE was forced to produce WrestleMania from the Performance Center with zero fans in attendance, split between Saturday and Sunday, which was the absolute right call from WWE. The Undertaker vs AJ Styles and John Cena vs The Fiend were filmed separately to break away from the monotonous and early quit setting. Match between Undertaker and Styles, which turned out to be a smash hit brawl. It was gory and action-packed, with The Undertaker looking incredible in the setting. He thrived in his hybrid character of the Deadman, the American Badass, and his real lifestyle. It was the perfect match for Undertaker to retire from WWE on, much like the Firefly Funhouse was to write John Cena off. His career was broken down into several plot points, with Bray Wyatt standing across him. Cena constantly found himself in odd situations that were relevant to him in the past. He was being psychologically attacked. From Cena's WWE debut on SmackDown in 2002, his WrestleMania 30 match with Bray Wyatt, and a near miss of him forming his own version of the NWO in WWE. The Firefly Funhouse match successfully deconstructed the 16-time world champion's career with a barrage of inside jokes at every turn. He was eventually laid to rest by the Fiend. Whether one prefers the Bonehead match or the Firefly Funhouse match, it cannot be denied that both cinematic matches at WrestleMania 36 were perfect. The two of them truly rescued WrestleMania from being too much of a slog. This enabled WWE to produce more cinematic matches in the months that followed, but nothing came close to these two masterpieces. Number 1 is probably one of the best things that happened in WWE in 2020, and that is Roman Reigns' heel turn when he returns at SummerSlam. While the Bonehead and Firefly Funhouse matches were outstanding, as well as the trajectories of superstars like Drew McIntyre, Bayley, and Sasha Banks, WWE's biggest creative success of 2020 has to be Roman Reigns. He finally turned heel after years of WWE fans clamoring for it. Reigns had taken time of WrestleMania onwards, as he had a higher risk of being affected by COVID-19. He made his shocking return at the end of SummerSlam, taking out The Fiend and Braun Strowman before declaring his intention to pursue the WWE Universal Championship. The following episode of WWE SmackDown saw the reveal of Paul Heyman as his advisor, which has sparked a dynamic way different Heyman pairing with Brock Lesnar. Reigns does pretty much all of the talking at the head of the table, with Heyman serving to react and act gravitas toward the tribal chief stage. Roman Reigns became the Universal Champion a week after returning and has been relentless since then. His subtle movements, mannerisms, and nuances make him the best character in wrestling today. Reigns' feud with his cousin Jey Uso had no right to be as good as it turned out to be. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, subscribe the channel, like the video, and let me know your top 10 or top 5 list of good things that happened in 2020 in the list below. Comment below.